Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Quinn, and today I'm actually going to be reading from a few of my books. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Hello again, you guys. Welcome to the channel, and I'm actually, like I said, I'm going to actually be reading from a few of my books. One is the fantasy, which includes a bonus story. I'll go into that a little bit later. And then also a little bit from my book, Savory Aphrodisiac. So, okay, so if this is your first time here, please like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so if this is your first time here, please, I would really appreciate some... Hi, welcome back. So now, what I said before the introduction, let me go ahead and, okay guys, let me go ahead and get into this video. Like I said, I'm going to actually be reading from two of my books today. One is Savory Aphrodisiac, and then I'll be reading a little bit from my book, The Fantasy, which, like I said before, includes a bonus story, so I might read a little bit from the bonus story too. But I don't know how many of you guys actually like free stuff. If you do, just watch to the end and I'll make sure that I let you know about the free offer to get free reads. Okay, so I'll go on to the next part of it, okay? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't know, which one did I read first? Alright guys, so I'm going to read a little bit from The Fantasy. Really backwards, but anyways. Here we go. It is on the company Hunter Grant, and it is one of the shorts. Okay, so here we go. Alright, excuse me, is the seat taken? A sexy deep male voice issued to Sherry. No, by all means, be my guest. Sherry shot back as she took in the tall, dark-haired, handsome fellow in the dark business suit and tie and black-rimmed glasses, who brought thoughts of Clark Kent to her mind. Thanks. This train is just so crowded today, he stated. It always is on Valentine's Day. People are getting an early start on the day of love, Sherry returned. Oh, yeah. I forgot it was that day, he spat in disgust. No significant other in your life, huh? Sherry questioned, happy for the opening to ask about his personal life. No. Let's just say, when you catch your girlfriend hooking up with your best friend in an alley behind a restaurant on your anniversary, the whole day of love thing is pretty sour. Oh, yuck. What a mess, she voiced aloud. Inwardly, though, she thought, what a dumb girl. If anyone was going to get hooked up in an alley, it should have been Mr. Sparkling Blue Eyes here. Oh well, guess I will take my turn at that. She giggled impishly inside her mind at her dirty thoughts about him. Hey, where'd you go? He asked, wearing a sexy confused look on his face. Sorry, I have a very vivid imagination. I was just picturing the scene of two people having sex in the alley. I know it was painful for you, and I'm sorry about that. But to me, she trailed off for a moment and then continued once her thoughts had reached their climax. That's hot. She knows he was staring at her blankly. This was something she wasn't used to because she was extremely good at reading people, but not him. This only intrigued her more about him. Sorry, force of habit. I always tell my clients that sometimes expressing their innermost thoughts freely without restriction is the best thing for them. And as you see, I take my own advice. She chuckled coyly. He blinked his large blue eyes at her, continued to as he continued to stare at her. Seeing what she now interpreted as a lost expression on his handsome face, she went on, "Let me explain. I'm a sex therapist. I listen to stuff like this all day." She waited a moment more for him to respond to what she had just stated, but he didn't speak a word. Feeling a little self-conscious underneath his heated stare, Sherry explained more. She knew that most of the time when people heard she was a sex therapist, they assumed she would be dressed in head-to-toe leather and carrying a crop whip. "Don't let this dark pencil blue skirt suit with white blouse fool you. This is my actual work attire," she decided to add a joke to maybe make the atmosphere between them a little lighter. "I'm a sex therapist, not a stripper," she bubbled out, a tiny bit nervous because of how his gorgeous presence was affecting her. He was hot, and there was no denying that. She smoothed her hands across her still damp blonde hair unconsciously, which was her habit when she got nervous. "Oh," he blushed as his big blue eyes rounded with surprise, hearing her occupation and her joke. He ran a hand through his slick black raven hair, subconsciously mimicking her action as she continued to talk. "Again, sorry. Most people think what I do is weird, but I love it." She smiled warmly, hoping that he would continue to talk to her and not tell her that he was going to enjoy the rest of the train ride in silence and finish some work he had to do before, or that he needed to catch up on some emails, or one of the many excuses she had heard from people she had talked to on the train after her occupation was unearthed. "Intriguing. A sex therapist. I'm an accountant. The most exciting thing in my day is when balance sheets actually balance without any errors," he stated finally with a grin that lit up his alluring blue eyes. "But I think I would love to do what you do better," he issued with a seductive deep belly laugh, the kind of laugh a sexy boy next door expels right before he takes you to bed. Sherry felt feverish, something that as a professional therapist she had learned to control, but since this wasn't a session and he wasn't her patient, she didn't have to suppress her sexual desire for him. "I don't know. I think looking at all of those spreadsheets with you might turn me on more," she purred. Sherry saw his eyebrow raise. He hadn't missed her sexual innuendo. At least she hoped not. Spreadsheets have never been so interesting. "I can't wait to work on one," he issued back, definitely letting her know he hadn't missed her hidden meaning in her words. A cat-like grin grew on her face. This guy was not only hot, but he was quick-witted too. Sherry caught fire. She really wished they weren't on a crowded train right now. "Union Square Station," an automated voice sounded over the loudspeaker of the train. "This is my stop," he said, breaking the magical spell that held them transfixed for what seemed like an eternity. "Hey, before you go, here's my card if you ever want to go over spreadsheets, and if you do, I'm available tonight," he said, handing her his card. I think I would love to review one tonight in my office, anytime after 6:30 p.m. She handed him her card. "My address to my office is on the card," she said. "Okay, see you later," he said back with a sweet, sexy smile on his chiseled Mel model face. "Later." As he departed the train and filtered out of sight into the sea of people, she casted her eyes down on his plain white business card with gold writing and read his name aloud. Kane James. Sexy name for a sexy guy, she thought to herself. Okay, so that was the first chapter of the fantasy. So if you would like to hear more, which I hope you do, I'll tell you later, but a little bit later, how to get a copy of this. Okay, now I'm going to read from my book, Savory Aphrodisiac, which is actually part of my Love Finds You series. This is volume 1 of the series, and okay, so let me read what's on the back. Bianca Wynn desperately wants to get the mysterious artist, Mr. R, to be her feature artist in her next art show for her gallery at the hotel's Savory Aphrodisiac. However, she quickly discovers the sexy artist, Mr. R, isn't interested in being in her show, but she finds out he is interested in something else. Bianca. Now Bianca is faced with a choice. Should she just let it go and move on to another artist, or should Bianca use any method she can to get the extremely handsome artist to be in her next show? And this one is a head hopper, so the second part is from his point of view. Zephyr Rhodes has always loved being a photographer. However, after a horrible encounter that puts his life in danger, he is forced to give up his passion for the arts. That is until he meets the lovely and highly persuasive Bianca Wynn. Will Zephyr risk everything to give his new love Bianca her ultimate desire? So, now you kind of have an idea of what's going to be happening in this book. And I'm not actually going to read chapter 1 of this one. I'm going to actually take a second and decide which part I'm going to read to you. Okay, so I found the excerpt that I'm going to read from this book. So it's actually from Zephyr's point of view, so here we go. Alright, the house was quiet. The only sound Zephyr could hear was the sound of raindrops beating the window of his master suite. It had been a few hours since dinner. He couldn't sleep. He had been tossing and turning in his king-size bed. Images of Bianca's ghostly white face as she stood from the table continued to haunt him every time he closed his eyes. He knew he had been cruel, but he was unsure what he should do. He knew the right thing was to go to her and apologize. However, would she even want to see him? And once he got there, what would he say? Every time he opened his mouth around her, something horrible leaped out. Zephyr knew that his attempt to make things better would probably end up disastrous. Still, as he lay there another 20 minutes, just staring at the clock by the bed, Zephyr knew, no matter what the outcome turned out to be, he really needed to go and talk to her. He sat up. He then pulled on his pale blue pajama bottoms, followed by the matching short-sleeved pajama top. He attempted to fasten the white buttons on the shirt and failed due to the fact that his hands were shaking. He was nervous about talking to Bianca. He hopped out of bed and headed towards his door. He froze. He turned around and sat back on the bed. What am I thinking? Maybe it's for the best. Right now she is mad at me. Zephyr began one of his rationalizations. If I keep my distance, I won't risk making it worse. And at the end of the week, she will leave and that will be that. He wrinkled his face and said, she will probably want to never have anything to do with me again. He stopped to think about this statement. Was this what he wanted? Had he purposely been cruel to drive her away? He hated to think that he'd done this because he had gotten so used to his solitude. He was ashamed of himself for intentionally hurting another human being, especially one who seemed to be as kind-hearted as Bianca. Zephyr knew he had been driven to the solitary life he had lived now, not by his own choosing. His mind searched for the answer to his question of had he intentionally hurt her. The answer his mind fell upon led him to the catastrophic event that altered his life, causing him to be a shadow of the person he used to be only 3 short years ago. Back then, he had had such different plans for his life. Zephyr soon found himself in reflection of the past. So there's your little sneak peek. So now you've heard a chapter from Savory Aphrodisiac. It's your little sneak peek. Both books are available on Amazon, so please go out and purchase them. And like I said, a little bit later, I will tell you about how you can actually get this one on Amazon for free. And in fact, I will actually include a link down at the bottom to my Amazon page so that you can go ahead and go over and get a copy of this. Okay, so I know I told you about the second story that was included in my book, The Fantasy, but also too, since it's part of the Hunter Grant's shorts, the stories are not really long, but I try to put as much good stuff in it to give you a good taste of what it's like to read some of my longer novels. But anyways, this one actually does include another short. That's why it's part of the short series, because I actually have another one in here. And this one here is called To Forever. And I actually did this one it's been a little moment, but this one is a really good one too. But this is also a part, when you get this book, you actually do get a second story for free. So, well, you get both stories for free if you go over and get the Amazon code that I will give you. And hopefully I'll put it across here. But if I don't, then it will be down in the comments. I mean, not the comments, but in the description section. Anyways, so this one I'm not going to really tell you about, but I'm going to tell you about it, but I'm not going to really read anything from it. Actually, the fantasy, no, sorry, not the fantasy, but the To Forever is actually about a author who is on a deadline and needs to write a story, and basically she's like on timeout. She's basically can't come out of her office until she gives a story to her editor, and she can hear a Christmas party happening in the background. So as you know, one is Valentine's Day and the other one is Christmas time. So anyways, again, like I said, I will give you the free code for this one, and hope you guys go over and pick it up. I do sometimes do free sales for other books as well, so I actually do have a newsletter, and a lot of times in my newsletter I do include the spree sales and when a book goes on sale. I know that coming up I am actually going to have a book on sale. It's another Christmas book, because everybody knows Christmas in July is coming up, so there will be a special sale for a Christmas, holiday themed book. So that's coming up very soon. I will let you know the details about that as well. But for right now, I'm gonna actually cut out of here, and I'll come right back to tell you a little bit more. Okay, and just to let you guys know also too, my books are, yes, right now some are available in paperback, but a lot of them are available ebooks. So I'm gonna get into making sure that they're available audio style as well. But yeah. So, but right now, I have a few that are hard copies as well, and I know some people still like to flip through pages, so I do actually do make those available. But yeah, most of my books are all ebook, so it's really, that's what I do. And I basically have my e-reader. I like those a lot because I actually do have my app on my phone, e-reading app on my phone, so it makes it nice. I can download anybody's books and then just kind of read them anytime I want. I can take them to the gym. Right now I can't. I think the gyms are starting to open back up now, but you can't really as much as before. But anyways, you can take them to the gym, you can take them to the beach, you can take them to, they go with you everywhere. So that's why I definitely make sure all my books are e-books as well. But yeah, so that's that. And speaking of my books, I actually have something that I want to tell you about. Recently, I got invited to join an author book toss. So I actually took my time today to actually film part of that book toss, and it was really fun. So I'm really excited. I can't wait till it's edited and put together. I'm actually going to be in a group with a bunch of different authors, so that's going to be exciting, and that should be coming shortly. I think in like the next month or so. So I think in the next month, so which is very soon, because it really is only a week or so before the next month. So I'm really excited about this, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. And yeah, so awesome. And it's still recording. All right, guys, so that is it for today. Thank you for sitting here and again, you know, listening to a chapter from Save Your Aphrodisiac and a chapter from the fantasy. And also again, like I said, I will make sure that I include the information for where you can get this book for free. And also too, I will again, of course, put my website and just basically so you can go over and pick up the books, because I think it's very important for people to read. And during this time, you know, it's good. It's a good time to make sure that you know, pick up a book, read it. It's awesome. So that's my video for today. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. And again, I really hope that you will please like this video down below. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would love for you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. But again, I'm Chloe Quinn, and I will see you next time. I'm doing a author book pass, so I'll be showing you some a few exclusive clips until, of course, the book pass comes out.